You want answers?
What's that going to set up?
We've got to go to work.
It's the Strat Attack Show. But we're always wondering what the next two is.
Holy shnikes, it works.
That's something I want to know about.
What's your name, scumbag?
Strat Attack Show.
We're on a mission from God.
Here's Rob Smith. Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, this is Smith in the Black, and if it's Tuesday, it's a Strat Attack Show where we get in the urban assault vehicle and see what's going on, and unfortunately, not too much, but we'll take a look. So we get to the end of the month, and one of the things I say a lot was how you're not going to be an inside month, and let's shrink this down for you, and pretty much at the end of June I said see you in August, because we're probably not getting out of this thing, and we didn't. So the inside month needs to close out. So the good thing for SPYs, it's still a little bit closer to taking out the highs of this month coming into August. And so hopefully we get some nice breaks out of that kind of stuff. We're still an inside week here. We got the Fed coming out tomorrow. I'm going to shrink this down here for you too. We got the Fed coming out tomorrow. Earnings came out. Google and Microsoft, they're doing nothing. Right? So there's not much going on. So what we can do is start looking forward to the inside months and the macro video that'll come out this weekend. And then in August, hopefully we get some of these inside months to break one way or the other. And also for the Power Hour coaching session I do every Monday night, we're going to be doing 2 a week to make sure everybody's ready for the fall. And hopefully it happens during a break. But if it doesn't, and we're still boring, at least we have a lot of time to learn some stuff. So what we did have was the inside day break to the downside in the SPY. But still handily an inside week and stuff like that. We know this. I'm going to be repeating this over and over. QQQ, inside month. It did what it was supposed to do. Take all these guys out. You're triangle out, triangle out. Now, are you going to be strong enough to come back through here? But we'll let them digest the earnings this week and coming forward. And I'll get to that in just a second. If you go to Dow Jones Diamonds, still closer to the upside, though, as of right now. But it did go inside day to the downside. So the thing is, if we start to fall on some of these earnings, then we get right back into the middle of these inside months, and then we're nowhere near taking those out. So it's going to be important to see how we close this week out, where we are on these months. Go to the small cappers. Same deal, and look at this. Whew. Inside. But, once again, still a little closer on the monthly of taking those out. So what we do here is we can, a couple things. First of all, we want to see what the Fed says, and then they go away in August. So that doesn't help, but we'll see what they do. 75, do they do a full point? What are they going to do here tomorrow? And then how does the market react to that? Because something called event continuity. So I want to know where the SPY is when the announcement comes out, what the rate hike looks like, right? Because what direction we go from there is called event continuity. Just like we're always looking at the openings of the monthly, weekly, daily 60, we're also going to focus on that for the rest of the week until we get away from that. So we'll see where we are when that comes out, as well as at this point there's just not much going on. So we're playing it day by day. And that's where I would say that, by the time we get to the Strat Time report during the day, I got a pretty good idea what's going on at least that day. And I might say that might be it. I don't know. But, that's an important thing to know when you're trading in an inside month environment. We're not trending. We are not, right? So there's that. So one of the things we can do is look for some volatility. HKD, this thing's bouncing all over the place, and it's a brand new issue, but this thing has some nice ranges in here, and you can see this here on the 60, inside here, and then about 47.41, and then the next hour this thing blasted up to $59. So that's kind of what we want to keep an eye on, is doing stuff like that. If you go to SIGA, this thing moving around here too on a percentage basis, real nice moves. We knew about this inside month to the upside, and just keeping an eye on some of this stuff that's moving around. If we go to one of the things we're looking forward to, and when things occur matters, as we get to the end of the week, and next week we're starting to get into some energy earnings. And so that could be key coming into next month, because here with the outside month, the 3-2 down hammer. and we're closer to taking that out. And we know that on the macro video that we have a lot of 212s to the upside on the yearlies. So corrective activity, and then boom. So potentially that's where we're going to be looking here to start off the new month for hopefully resurgence and go keep blasting, because you have a new month. You could have a signal 322, and the 3 is the broadening formation, and that's way up there. Remember how high this was? That was up to 93.31, and this would trigger so far over 74.96. So we'll be watching that coming into the weekend. Like I said, you'll have the weekend video, macro video over the weekend. If anything, Chenier in the energies has been outperforming the rest of them right now. Had this nice 2 down, 2 up week, and is continuing coming back through all this kind of stuff. Still an inside month. So we'll see, if we can get through all that kind of stuff, but that's a little heads up on that kind of thing. If we saw any weakness today, we saw the hack, all the cybers getting pounded. And you can see one of the things I talk about is called the vortex. And what that means is people only watching the intraday charts or daily charts. In general, this thing's just been going back and forth on the weekly, right? You can see that. Now it's going back to doji on the month. But today, took a nice shellacking, and this is what we liked, coming back through previous range and stopping people out. Palo Alto got nailed here, and that gives you the inside week to the downside, and still an inside month. So we might have 2 inside months to keep an eye on. But a real nice day when you come back through the previous range and stop people out and had your signal on the weekly. If you go to CrowdStrike now 2 up, 2 down on the week, setting up potentially the Rev Strat month. Here you see inside month, tried to take it out, and then boom, right back down, back through previous range. And that's what we're looking for, is even if it's just one day where we have a simultaneous break in one sector or subsector, that can make your whole week if you got involved in something like this. And FTNT here, and see this inside week. Yep, inside week to the downside, and you can see how that got clobbered, and setting up the shooter for the month. So we'll be looking forward to that. Cyber here, a little better. Still an inside week, but did get clocked with everybody else in here, but still inside month, and that's going to be what August is about. We also had weakness in Bitcoin, and that's given us Coinbase here. And one of the things we look for is that inside week, the poke up, and that boom, Rev Strat week. So Coinbase in trouble for the rest of the week, below 56.69. You're there now, so we'll see how that goes. If we go to like Mr. Bister here, still looking to see if we can take that week out. And this thing would get more trouble because you have the inside week, the poke up, and then below here, 224.25. So you got a little bit of distance on that, but we'll watch that overnight Bitcoin and all that kind of stuff coming in to the morning. If we go to Tesla, I realize I look at Tesla's. Handily an inside week, right? But you had the inside month to the upside, but you couldn't get out of this. Right? That's called the mother bar. Anytime you have an inside bar, whatever's previous to that, you want to get out of there. Otherwise, coming into next month, that these 2 months are an inside bar if this was a 2-month pattern. Right? So either taking this out or taking that out is what I'd want to know about. Right now, you can see backing off, and when things occur matters. And so this was a Friday. That was a 2 up, but it was red. And then boom, 2-2 reversal to start off the week, and then the continuation here. However, still an inside week. If we go to Commvault, one of the few of the pride, the inside weeks to the downside right here. And so that hits magnitude by taking all this stuff out. You can see coming back through the previous range. So it hits magnitude. It's an outside month now. What that means is this buying up here was rejected, and it's still being rejected as far as we know. Just it hit magnitude by taking all this stuff out, but we'll see if anything more comes of that. If you go to HUBS, just having a rough week after the 3-2 down on a Monday and then a follow through on a Tuesday, because one of the things why we do this on a Tuesday is I want to see what they do on Monday. Here it was down. Do they come back and sell again, or do they reverse and go back higher? Right now, as far as I know, seller came in, seller is still there. The 2 down, 2 up by taking the highs on the week, and the 2 down, 268.61. So you got a little bit more room, but that could get some more things going over there. If you go to Adobe, also looking for potential Rev Strat week handily inside month, that we know. But here, inside, 2 up. So Adobe gets into more trouble here below this, 374.01. So you got a little bit more distance. Because once again, they sold on Monday and they came back on Tuesday. That's something I want to know about. If we go to Zscaler, and Zscaler taking out the week to the downside, still inside month, right? But here you can see, once again, they came in on Monday and sold, and they came back. And they hit magnitude by stopping all these guys out. So the question is whether that continues or not. But like I said, a lot of inside months are going to have to resolve, and that's why I want to see how this, very important how this week plays out as far as where we close in relationship to the inside month breaks. If we go to Dollar Tree reversal week, 2 up, 2 down, and down she goes, right? They came in and sold on Monday, and they came back on Tuesday. A little exhaustion risk. You stopped all these guys out. The question is going to be weak enough for all this kind of stuff. But then coming into the new month, you had the inside month break. Couldn't take that out. And now coming back for potential Strat month to the downside. So far, that would be below 152.30. And we'll see how we close that out. BILL. It's a little Strat weaker inside. 2 up, stop them all out, and now coming back through. So BILL, I want to know about this week below 121.75. And they were sold. They started selling on Friday. They came back on Monday and Tuesday. So that gets my attention. And you can see here, once again, that mother bar issue. Inside bar, slight higher high. It would be Strat month to the downside, but you got some distance on that. A whole lot of things really got to close out. And then we want to see these monthly breaks because a lot of people get chopped up, not looking at the longer term stuff. They're only looking at the dailies. They're only looking at, maybe even the weeklies, maybe. But when you get out to the monthlies, this is stuff you want to know about because we got a lot of back and forth stuff to expect. So you can see here, stop them out, 2 down, 2 up, and boom. And then you get all the way up into here, 2 down, 2 up, 2 down, and back through here. Chop shop back and forth. So as we go into August, and it might even be into September, that we want to see how many of these inside months break to the upside, how many break to the downside. Does this energy take the 322? So there's a lot of questions out there, and so it might get a little quiet in front of the Fed. Then we'll see, trade the earnings debacles or successes, and that's what we're going to do. And let this month close out. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Mr. Black. Strat Attack.
You've been listening to the Strat Attack Show.
It's over!
That looks like I'm running out of time again.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
And now for something completely different.
Yeah. Did you get that memo?
Let's go to Billy Baroo.
Oh, Billy.
Here's where they're buying.
Oh, behave.
Here's where they're selling.
Oh, righty.
I'd keep an eye on this. Is that a problem? It is.
You just don't turn it off!
I'm Rob Smith.
I hate Illinois Nazis.
I'm Smith in the Black with the Strat Attack.